All right. Hi, Setu. Hi, everyone. In case you people can hear me properly or you come in, so please drop a hi because here I don't get to know who are joining. So it would be really great if you can drop a message. I'll just see if everything is fine on my corner, like the settings, the pages, things like that. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Ria. Hi, Setu. Fine. Looks good to me. Let me see. Yes, it is. Indeed, nice. Okay, good. Oh, okay, fine then. So we'll get started, everyone. Ready? Yeah. Okay, good to see that. Okay, let me just quickly have a look of your chat screen. So let me take your chat screen. Okay, that's right. Okay, so I can only see messages of Ria and Setu. So if someone joins in, please do not hesitate in dropping a hi because I'll just get to know that you joined in. Well, okay, fine. People are shy these days. Hello, Shine. Okay. Okay. All right. So we will start. So I hope that you people went through this practice session one material. I mean, hi Rupali. Did you guys get a chance to read this, to go through the questions? Yes. Okay. Then it would be really nice and easier for us to move ahead and see what was the process. Okay. And you know what? I'll make it a bit interesting for you people. I would like you all to get or know the answers beforehand. Okay. So if any one of you have solved it, I'll just show you one thing. Let me just scroll down and move to the first question. Now, in the Unacademy sessions as well, I keep on saying this thing that when it comes to CAT and when it comes to XAT examinations, what really happens is that it's better to read the passage first, prepare its note, and then read the questions. Fine. But just to prove this point, I would be doing one thing. I would be reading through the question number one for you, and I'll show you how you could have landed upon a wrong answer if you will read the question first and go through the passage next. Okay, so let's read the first question. In the first paragraph, when the author gives examples of ingratitude of children, he or she makes no mention of the children below the age of 4. Okay, 4 years specifically. Which of the following would best explain this fact? Now, here we are talking about the first paragraph, so a direct relation, and then they are saying, like the author is saying, the reasons why he might not have mentioned, like this question is saying why the author might not have mentioned about the children below the age of 4. Okay, so you read here. First reason is coming up as children being too dependent on their parents. Second, most children at this age would not have learned to speak. Third, children at that age will be too young for gratitude to be expected. And fourth one is that this stage at which parents tend to like their children the most. So what was your answer? Any one of you who's here in the session can tell me what was your answer for this question? Like what did you think first? A, B, C or D? I'll tell you what the answer is, but not now. Just wanted to know the answer from your end. Tell me. Anyone? Okay, Ria. Ria says it's A. Okay. Others? Setu, Rupali. Ah, nice to see. But what if I say that's not the correct answer? Sandeep also. Okay, A. Fine. So, what if I say it's not the correct answer? You'll be like, why? And I'll be like, okay, Setu changes his answer. Well, that's fine. We'll see about that, Setu. We'll not get a chance in the exam to do that. If suppose you finalized an answer and then someone says you that it is not the answer. Nahi, Riya, abhi nahi batana hai. I'll make you read. So see, the reason I took some days to get all this set up for you was, I'll tell you, okay. The major reason was not to underline and talk or take these things. Okay. Hi Avinash. So what I will be doing right now is I will be making notes for you. So I'll be switching to another tab and I'll start making notes for you people. That means the way you will do it in your exams. In your exams you will get a blank sheet and you will have to write down all the filtered information from each passage, right? तो जब आपको एग्जाम में ये मौका नहीं मिलता दैट यू विल बी अंडरलाइनिंग ऑन द स्क्रीन, तो फिर यहाँ पर आपको वैसी प्रैक्टिस करा के क्या फायदा? ओके, सो हियर वी विल बी मेकिंग नोट्स, प्रॉपर नोट्स. एंड प्रॉपर नोट्स कैसे बनते हैं? फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ, सेकेंड पैराग्राफ के इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स नोट करके. फाइन, सो वी विल बी डूइंग द सेम एंड वी विल सी हाउ वी कैन यूज द वेरियस गोल्डन रूल्स ऑफ आरसीज, जो कि आपको मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल में मिल जाएंगे वीडियोस, into apply, like how can you apply those golden rules in these type of RC questions. So let's get started with reading the first passage. The first passage says, why are kids so outrageously bad at attitude? So this is a question, and when you start with a question, oh, I will not underline. So what I'll do is I'll use a highlighter pen. Okay, I mean not a highlighter but a spotlight pen like this. मैं जिस भी एरिया के बारे में बात कर रही हूँ, I'll just highlight it like this so that for a moment you will be able to see it. But ये आपके स्क्रीन पे नहीं रहेगा, ठीक है? So why are kids so outrageously bad at gratitude? This is a question with which the author is starting. इसका मतलब है कि this passage has a tone of like rhetorical tone. क्वेश्चन पे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं एंड फिर उसके रीजंस भी आ रहे हैं. देखना, between the ages of about 4 and 12, so the specific range here the author is talking about is 4 to 12, children are near impossible to train to say thank you as though they mean it when given a gift. Okay, when they get into their teens, so there's a transition, the behavior gets changed. Yes, okay, yes, Ria. So the behavior gets changed and their gratitude to their parents usually manifests as seething resentment. Now, seething means anger, or you can say grudge. Okay, and just to help you a little bit with this, I can just get the meaning of seething for you people as well right now. So just give me a minute, I'll quickly do that. Okay, so the meaning of seething as mentioned by the dictionary source says filled with or characterized by intense but unexpressed anger. So anger है कहीं ना कहीं अंदर जो unexpressed है, तो उसे we call it as seething with anger. So I was seething with anger, मैंने अपना गुस्सा दबा के रखा था. So that's seething resentment. Okay, resentment means you are not happy with something. A desire to be socially dissociated, okay, from their parents, and a reminder to their parents that they were never asked to be born. जैसे मम्मी को आता है, बिल्कुल रिया, करेक्ट. So over here, what notes can we take from the first paragraph? From the first paragraph, we understand that the author is constantly talking about what? The author is talking about kids no gratitude. Now please understand this. आपकी नोट मेकिंग की स्ट्रैटेजी और मेरी नोट मेकिंग की स्ट्रैटेजी अलग हो सकती है. किस तरह से अलग हो सकती है? जस्ट द वे ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटिंग द वर्ड्स. आई कैन रिमेंबर ग्रैटिट्यूड एज ओनली ग्रैटी. तो अगर मैं सिर्फ ग्रैटी लिखूं तो आई कैन सेव माई टाइम एंड एट द सेम टाइम रिमेंबर कि मेरे लिए ग्रैटी का मतलब कोडेड फॉर्म में है ग्रैटिट्यूड. बट इट कैन बी डिफरेंट फॉर यू. सो इफ यू कैन जस्ट रिमेंबर इट विद GRA, दैट्स ऑल्सो फाइन. ओके, इस तरह से कैसे शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिखना है, दैट इज समथिंग यू विल डिसाइड. But start making this as a habit that you start getting or noting down points. ये बहुत help करेगा while returning back from the passage. Now the other thing which you will take here is the behavior of teens. Teens का behavior है no gratitude. See, double dash, if you guys know, if I represent something with a double dash, that represents whatever written at the top is same. Okay, no gratitude for parents specially. Okay, सो ये भी एक पॉइंट है जो ऑथर ने स्पेसिफिकली शो किया है इन द फर्स्ट पैसेज. नाउ गोइंग बैक टू माय सेकंड पैराग्राफ. इन माय सेकंड पैराग्राफ इट्स रिटन इन द अर्ली इयर्स बिफोर अ चाइल्ड कैन स्पीक. इफ यू पीपल रिमेंबर द क्वेश्चन. नाउ दिस इज समथिंग आई वाज सेइंग. अगर आप लोग क्वेश्चन पहले पढ़ लेते हो, सो हाउ इज that going to help you or how is that not going to help you? So have a look over here. What are we doing? Let's see it in this way. Just a second. where it is, yeah. Before a child can speak, he is totally dependent on the adults to care for him. Okay, just look at the keywords, dependent on the adults. He demands food by crying, yelling, screaming. Now what is this? See, this is something I'll use my pen for. This is nothing but an example. And do you guys know that examples are really not important at the time when you have already understood the information before it, है ना? आपने कौन सा information समझ लिया? आपने ये information समझ लिया कि children are constantly like not showing gratitude towards their parent, and the way of their demanding certain things is this. So that becomes an example. All right, now moving back, the usual reward for attending to these needs. Okay, I just took a wrong one. I wanted a highlight, not a highlighter, a spotlight. So the reward which these kids give to their parents is by stopping, not screaming anymore. Okay, so gratitude at this age one would not expect to find. Gratitude at this age is one that is something that one would not expect to find and totally dependent upon the adults. दो idea का depiction है यहाँ पे. Later on, however, one might expect children to develop excellent skills at gratitude for several reasons. So what is the information from the second passage? Now quickly let's go and figure out. From the second passage, what are we getting out as an information? We are talking about how baby dot dot dot. That means if you just get a baby dot dot dot, you can understand. Okay, the example related to baby screaming. Okay, no gratitude again. Fine. So the major theme of the passage is somewhere or the other related to the same point, where the author is constantly saying that the babies, teenagers, kids do not show gratitude not only to the others but to the parents also. They don't show any gratitude towards the parents. Now let's move down to the next part. So here in the next part you see, my explanation for the ingratitude of children is not a cherry one. So from this line I understand that in this paragraph author is surely going to give us an explanation. So without wasting any time, I'll quickly note down second para information is explanation of author. Okay, explanation of author. तो इससे क्या होगा, जब भी मैं कोई questions के लिए passage में वापस आऊंगी, I can directly jump to the third paragraph without searching for anything. This is not a cheery one, that means not a happy one. I suspect that children benefit most consistently from a general policy of expecting gifts, demanding gifts, being self-centered, stubbornness and threatening to throw tantrums, and that an instinct for gratitude would conflict with this. That means generally, what is the explanation given by the author? Did you understand this sentence? See, this is a little bit of complex English, I understand that, but we have to get a gist of it. यानी ऊपर ऊपर से ही सही, but थोड़ा सा हमें इसे समझना होगा. So anyone having any idea what here it is trying to compare? We are comparing two behavior. So I'll write it down in a different color. Compare behavior. Which kind of behavior? Just have a look back over here. We are comparing the behavior of children doing all these kind of activities like demanding things, being stubborn, throwing tantrums and things like that. So when a child is always habituated to throw tantrums, showing gratitude is a behavior which is completely opposing it, conflicting with it, right? तो बोलने का, ऑथर के बोलने का मतलब है कि हमने बच्चों को ऐसी आदत करा दी है इस तरह का बिहेव करने की कि उनके लिए हाँ टॉयज देखते ही रोना शुरू. तो इस चीज को हम व्हाट वी कॉल इन हिंदी एज श्रेय देना, बढ़ावा देना. वी एक्चुअली डू द सेम थिंग, एंड इस वजह से उन बच्चों को लगता है कि जब इस तरह का बिहेवियर शो करने पर भी हमें प्यार मिल रहा है, देन व्हाई शुड वी एट ऑल गो बैक एंड शो ग्रैटिट्यूड टू आवर पेरेंट्स. Understood? So that is the comparison of the behavior. That is the explanation of the author कि इस वजह से बच्चे generally gratitude show नहीं करते. Now the next line says, we know from our experience of life that parents do continue to feed and clothe the ungrateful children. Did you understand this part clearly? Now what is happening here? यहाँ पर it's clearly been mentioned कि चाहे बच्चा कितना भी ungrateful हो जाए, but parents still continue to love them, to clothe them, to satisfy all their requirements, and that is the reason जो बच्चे को और भी ज़्यादा ungrateful बनाता है. And to love them and to come to their aid even after the traumatic teenage years. Okay, means even after the child goes after, like, becomes an adult, passes on from the teenage, still yes सेतु, माँ का प्यार कुछ ऐसा ही है, चाहे बच्चा कितना भी बुरा बिहेव करे, they will continue to, what should I say, provide aid to the kids. Okay, now have a look here. So their instincts of parents are strong enough to endure the bad behavior of the children. So they endure the bad behavior. Now here are many points we are catching up. Okay, we are catching up one points that parents continue to love. Okay, so let's quickly write this down. Parents continue to love, and I'm writing in a very fast handwriting as if I would have written it in my real examinations. Okay, so parents continue to love is just a point which will be covering all the points we discussed so far. ये सारे examples ही थे, and they can endure the bad behavior and therefore there is a conclusion. देखो इस तरह के words बहुत important होते हैं. एक होता है structured word like but, though, ओके जहां पर हमें चेंज ऑफ आइडिया देखने को मिलता है, और एक होता है कंक्लूजन वर्ड्स लाइक देयरफॉर, हेंस. ये सारे वर्ड्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं आरसीज में, बिकॉज वो पूरे आपके, दिस आरसी इज अराउंड 550 सम वर्ड्स. ओके, सो इतने लंबे आरसी में से यू विल बी वेरी इजीली गेटिंग बैक 120 150 words जो कि important है. So therefore adults have to endure. Please check the language here. The parents have to endure because children have evolved to exploit this fact. Which fact? I am underlining this. Which fact? The fact that parents will endure the bad behavior. Direct connection. So हम इसे जल्दी से note down कर लेंगे that what is the fact or why is this happening? Because child knows, oh such a bad handwriting, this means a arrow here that parents will continue to work. ये आइडिया बहुत जगह काम आएगा, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस में काम आएगा. Now let's move to the other one. Here in the other part, other paragraph I see, had this been, this is the fourth paragraph I am reading through, had this been the whole truth, इसका मतलब क्या है? The first line in itself shows that whatever we discussed in the first three paragraphs was not the complete truth. तो चलिए इसको भी note down कर लेते हैं. That just make a box like this and write above information, above info is not complete truth. That means there is something which is yet to come. Okay, so let's see what is that. Had this been the whole truth, the world would have been populated by the ungrateful children who grew into ungrateful adults. Of course, if they are ungrateful and the children and they survived these many years, then they would also survive the upcoming years and become ungrateful adults. Fortunately for us, gratitude is something which is useful for an adult. जब हम छोटे होते हैं, when we are kids or we are teenagers, we might not get the importance of gratitude, but when we turn into adults, we realize the importance of gratitude, and it is a skill which has to be learned. We have to learn how to be gratitude. So this is again one point which I'll surely cover up. I'll definitely add that in my notes. So I'll go to my fourth paragraph and I'll write that grati learned. Okay, or if you can write can be learned, whatever. Okay, then I'll go down and I'll read an example. Or in an adulthood, we cannot expect other people to help us out all the time. That's a major line. तो अगर हो सके तो इस पूरे लाइन को अपने नोट्स में लिख लेना, या फिर you can just Okay, this is a very nice trick I'm going to tell you. Okay, so when you feel that, see, this line is very important. So if you feel that you need to note down this line, please mention either the position of the line in your notes or write the first two words and the last two words, like in adulthood, the time. So you write it like this: important, double quotes, in adulthood, dot dot dot, the time. Okay, and then close it. So you will understand that this is an important line in this paragraph. Okay, and if you want to keep it handy for you, just keep the main word here, which is help. Help is the main word here, which will help you to remember. लोग जब बड़े होते हैं ना, तो उन्हें रियलाइज होता है कि बड़े होने पर everyone is not ready to help you all the times, and eventually our parents die, we must fend for ourselves and strike deals with those around us. So it's not necessary that every time we will be surrounded by our parents who would be protecting us, taking care of our needs, things like that. So this is what is being mentioned here. And then we have a term called spongers. Now if you don't know the meaning of spongers, देखो कई बार passages में ऐसा होता है that the very next line is helping you in the understanding. So how is it like helping you? Look at this: spongers, people who take others, okay, take from others all the time and give nothing, that's called as spongers. So अगर लोगों को पता है कि मुझे spongers नहीं बनना, I don't want to turn into a sponger, fine. So as adults we cannot get the pieces of cake by this is example, this is an example. So example might not be important, but you should remember what it is trying to say. We cannot get pieces of cake by threatening to hold our breath until we pass out. What is this? This is blackmail. मुझे वो केक चाहिए वरना मैं अपनी सांस रोक लूंगा. This is an example. Okay, so they are here, the author is trying to say कि बड़े होने के बाद हमें ये realize होता है कि इस तरह की फालतू की धमकी देने से कोई काम नहीं होता. It was only applicable when we were kids and we were saying it to our parents, not to the outside world. Outside world को आपके मरने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So that is essential. We must learn some gratitude, and that makes a person learn gratitude. So note this down: why a person learns grati. Okay, why a person learns grati is mentioned in the 4th paragraph. So we will just note it down. Now last line: if an adult is to be any good at this useful skill, he pays to get some practice in before it needed all the time. बोलने का मतलब है कि अगर आपको इस स्किल को यूज करना है, then you don't have to wait for the actual opportunity जहाँ पर आप इसे यूज कर पाओ. इसे यूज करने के लिए यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस डूइंग दैट हर जगह पर. यानी कि जिसने अगर आप किसी ने आपको अगर ड्राइव ही दे दी, ड्राइव मतलब सपोज ओला ड्राइव ही दे दी जिसके लिए आपने पे किया है, फिर भी अगर आप उसे थैंक यू बोल देते हो, दैट्स अ एक्ट ऑफ ग्रैटिट्यूड. दैट्स हाउ यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग टू से अ थैंक यू इवन व्हेन इट्स नॉट वेरी मच नेसेसरी. ठीक है, 1 second, give me a second. So there we go. Yeah, that's better. So now we'll move to the 5th paragraph, and I think the last one. Yes, so we are now to the last paragraph, and देखते हैं last paragraph में क्या हो रहा है. All people are not the same. खैर ये तो भाई general सी बात है. And we would expect some people to start practicing courtesy and gratitude earlier than the others. तो जैसे कि पहले ही paragraph में यानी 4th paragraph में author ने directly mention कर दिया था that yes, this is something as a skill which should be learned. So यहाँ पर in the 5th paragraph, the author is trying to speak out on how few people practice this more often or earlier than the other. The most efficient way to be is probably to have an ability to learn gratitude quickly, but to suppress the actual learning of gratitude until the moment when ingratitude stops being beneficial. ये बहुत ही लंबा सेंटेंस है और बहुत ही important sentence है. Can anyone tell me about this sentence meaning? Ingratitude stops being beneficial. कोई भी आ सकता है, टाइप कर सकता है. You can just spend in few calories of yours in typing in the chat. नहीं, seriously, before I come up with an idea of the same, मुझे आपको करेक्ट करने का मौका दीजिए. In case I can, just come up in the chat. What's the meaning of ingratitude stops being beneficial? क्योंकि to be honest, this paragraph's most essential line is this. या फिर कह सकते हो द मोस्ट कंफ्यूजिंग लाइन इज दिस. द वे यू अंडरस्टैंड इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आप मुझे बताइए व्हाई, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इनग्रैटिट्यूड स्टॉप्स बीइंग बेनिफिशियल. एनीवन हु वांट्स टू टाइप एंड टेल. मैं तो वेट कर रही हूँ. आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. इनग्रैटिट्यूड स्टॉप्स बीइंग बेनिफिशियल. यहाँ पर अनअकैडमी भी नहीं है जो हमें जल्दी जल्दी खत्म करना पड़ेगा. हमारे पास काफी टाइम है. फिफ्थ पैराग्राफ में ingratitude stops being beneficial. The way of blackmail, says Ria. Well, kind of close, Ria. यहाँ पर author is actually talking about how are you learning. Okay, see, they are asking you as adults आपको gratitude सीखना है. As adults आपको gratitude सीखना है. But आप कब तक नहीं सीखते हो? Until you find that being ingratitude or showing ingratitude is no longer beneficial to you. जब हम अपने पेरेंट्स के अराउंड होते हैं, टेक अ सिंपल एग्जाम्पल, जब हम अपने पेरेंट्स के अराउंड होते हैं और हम कहते हैं मुझे आज खाना नहीं खाना या मैं खाना नहीं खाऊंगा, फिर भी पेरेंट्स हमें लाकर खाना देते हैं और इनफैक्ट हम इसे रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि हम खा लें. ठीक है. बट दिस इज एन एग्जाम्पल जहां इनग्रैटिट्यूड इज स्टिल बेनिफिशियल. ओके, आपके टैंट्रम्स लोग झेल रहे हैं, बट अ पॉइंट कम्स व्हेन यू गो आउटसाइड, मे बी यू स्टार्ट स्टडिंग और यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग, तब आप रियलाइज करते हो कि आपने एक दिन कोई खाना नहीं खाया तो आपको पूछने वाला भी कोई नहीं है. दैट इज द पॉइंट वेयर इनग्रैटिट्यूड स्टॉप्स बीइंग बेनिफिशियल. तो वो एक ऐसा थ्रेशोल्ड पॉइंट है. ऑथर वांट्स टू से दैट दिस इज दैट थ्रेशोल्ड पॉइंट जहां आकर सारे के सारे लोग, यहाँ पर हमने क्या मेंशन किया कि ऑल पीपल आर नॉट सेम, कोई जल्दी सीख लेता है, कोई लेट से सीखता है, बट द थ्रेशोल्ड पॉइंट जहां सारे लोग ग्रैटिट्यूड सीख जाते हैं इज अ पॉइंट वेयर बीइंग in or showing ingratitude no longer is beneficial for that person. ठीक है. जैसे मैंने ईगो में किसी अपने फ्रेंड को कह दिया हाँ ठीक है मैं नहीं खाना, मुझे खाना नहीं खाना, एंड वो मुझे छोड़ के खाना खाने चला गया. तो दैट इज अ पॉइंट वेयर वी रियलाइज दैट नहीं learning gratitude by practice. Yes, शायद very close, that's right. Setu ji. Okay, fine. So we might expect socially talented but ungrateful teenagers. See, there is a but here, and मेरा favorite word है but, especially when it comes to RCs. बट इज द मोस्ट एसेंशियल वर्ड. ठीक है, स्ट्रक्चर्ड वर्ड कहते हैं हम उसे, और वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. द रीजन बीइंग दैट मैं दो क्वालिटीज शो कर रही हूँ टीनेजर्स की. एक तरफ मैं बोल रही हूँ दे आर सोशली टैलेंटेड एंड द अदर साइड आई एम सेइंग इज दे आर अनग्रेटफुल. Yes, Shine, that's real world experience. So, socially talented and ungrateful teenagers. To learn gratitude double quick soon after they storm out of their parents' cozy semi-detached house. Just an example. Examples important नहीं है. अगर आपने ये आइडिया पहले ही समझ लिया, सी देयर आर टू कंडीशंस एवरीवन. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि आपको कहीं पर भी आरसीज में एग्जाम्पल दिखे तो उसे रीड ही मत करना. आई एम सेइंग दैट एग्जाम्पल से पहला वाला लाइन, इफ यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, आप एग्जाम्पल स्किप कर सकते हो. बट द मोमेंट यू रियलाइज, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर यू रियलाइज दैट थोड़ा सा क्लमजी है, थोड़ा सा समझ नहीं आ रहा, then please take the use of examples to get an idea of ऊपर में क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं ऑथर. ओके, तो ये देखो एग्जाम्पल सेम है कि जब तक वो टीनेजर्स, oh my god, that was a huge lightning and a thunder, oh my goodness. Okay, but नेट चल रहा है luckily. All right, so yeah, so यहाँ पर they are giving us an example. Okay, example क्या है? Example is that घर जैसे ही हम छोड़कर निकलते हैं बाहर, हम ये रियलाइज करते हैं कि कितने आराम में हम वहाँ रहते थे, है ना? एंड यहाँ पर हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? इन अ शेड फ्लैट इन अ डॉजी पार्ट ऑफ द टाउन. ओके, सो डॉजी मीन शेडी पार्ट, समथिंग लाइक फिल्दी पार्ट. ओके, क्योंकि होता है ये हमारे मेस, हमारा घर चाहे कितना भी छोटा हो बट किसी भी हॉस्टल या किसी भी मेस से बेटर होता है, राइट? और यहाँ तो बहुत जोरदार बारिश होने का प्लान है लग रहा है. अभी स्टार्ट हुआ नहीं है बट यू हर्ड, आई डोंट नो इफ यू हर्ड इट और नॉट. ओके, fine. चलो, so we'll move ahead and then we will go to the next part. So यहाँ पर examples filled है. हमने first information तो ये ले ही लिया है. इसके आगे हमारे पास सिर्फ examples ही हैं. So we will not write anything more here. Let's read out another line. But with one refinement, whereas these young adults become skilled at being grateful to most of the people they meet, they still or they retain an ingratitude towards their parent. So, what will we write? We will write that children learn gratitude for others, not for parents. All right? For others, not for parents. Okay, Shayan. Oh my God. Okay, so same weather. All right. So when now see, the next and the last line is actually helping you with an example of the same. So when dealing with someone who loves one unconditionally, यहाँ पर reason है क्यों? यहाँ पर हमने state कर दिया this is a fact. Write down that this is a fact. Okay. Now इस fact को support करने का एक reason भी author ने दे दिया है. Let's find out what that reason is. When dealing with someone who loves one unconditionally, example parents, it pays मतलब हमें इससे फायदा हो रहा है. It pays मतलब हम लोग कुछ नहीं दे रहे हैं. It pays to exploit this and to remain demanding. आप ही कहो ना, suppose you are adding 2 rupees somewhere and you are getting 4 chocolates, and then you hear an offer that you add 3 rupees and you get 1 chocolate. कभी कोई लेगा क्या? नहीं, they will be like why, मुझे तो कम में काम हो रहा है मेरा, I am happy. ठीक है, same is here, that when someone loves someone unconditionally, because उसके examples तो ऊपर parents के form में दिया ही हुआ है, how they still endure the bad behavior of the children, then in that case it pays to exploit this and to remain demanding is what the children think, and that's why they are still showing ingratitude towards their parents. Most cooperation, most love is conditional love upon reasonable behavior in return. इसका मतलब the reason here we have is we behave good with others because we are expecting something in return. Okay, so you can write return is expected from others. That is the reason why we show or learn gratitude for others. But unconditional love is the reason why we still feel कि जब कुछ अच्छा behave ना करके भी हमें इतना प्यार और care मिल रहा है, तो हम क्यों करें अच्छा behave, क्यों show करें gratitude, है ना? तो this is the reason and that is the complete note making of a paragraph. अब इस पूरे प्रोसेस को आप फास्टर करोगे, बिकॉज आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग यू सो आई एम टेकिंग टाइम, बट मैं अकेले में करती तो ये सारा नोट मेकिंग मेरा मैक्स टू मैक्स 7 to 8 मिनट्स में हो जाता, उससे ज्यादा बिल्कुल भी नहीं लगता. ओके, and this passage is lengthy and at the same time, okay, anyone who can tell me the source of this passage, source in the sense you can just tell me which subject it belongs to, किस जॉनर से मैंने इस पैसेज को लिया है? Anyone? Any guesses? What is the genre of this passage? Throughout the passage हमने क्या बात की? Author is constantly talking about children showing ingratitude towards their parent but learning gratitude for others. Great explanation. Thank you so much, Anne. All right. So, if anyone can tell me the genre of this RC, I would be happy to see that. Okay. Psychology. Psychology. All right. Okay. So you people are almost there. Shine says it's psychology. Good. Others? Anyone who wishes to come up with a answer or a reason of the same? I'll give you some time. Genre depict करता है आपकी understanding of a topic. तो अगर आप समझ गए कि किस जॉनर से ये सारी चीजें आ रही हैं, तो आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेटर होती है, और जब अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेटर होती है तो इन्फरेंस बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस भी इजीली निकल जाते हैं, प्यार से, बिना ज्यादा एफर्ट्स लगाए. सो प्लीज टेल मी, where will you find this? Let me see the chat. It just whipped off. Okay, Ria also, psychology, your favorite. Yes, that's right. Setu also agrees with the same. Chalo, that's absolutely correct. It's psychology. Psychology based passages हैं, psychology based passages काफी interesting होते हैं, but at the same time काफी inference oriented होते हैं. Fine. So coming back to our first question. In the first paragraph, when the author gives examples of the ingratitude of children, he or she makes no mention of the children below the age of 4. So दो पॉइंट्स हमने वहां से मैंने आपको हाईलाइट करके दिखाए थे. ओके, पैसेज 1 में आपको एक बार लाइक पैराग्राफ 1 में आपको शो कर देती हूँ, 1 and 2. ओके, दिस वाज द लाइन, दे आर टोटली डिपेंडेंट and they it's not expected to find from it. So as I think Setu wrote it back कि A और C में confusion है. ठीक है, तो अगर आपको confusion है तो थोड़ी उस confusion को दूर करते हैं, and मैं आपको reason तो बता दूंगी why one of them is correct, but चलो पहले option eliminate करते हैं. First option says at that age children are too dependent on their parents to understand what is gratitude. चलो dependent keyword are matching. But why is it not the correct answer? Because dependent on understanding gratitude makes no sense. 4 साल का बच्चा will not depend upon the parent to understand a certain thing as of gratitude or ingratitude. तो इस option को हमने कर दिया eliminate. Option B goes up. Why? Because most children at that age would not have learned to speak. Whether a child learned to speak or not is not a point mentioned in the paragraph, so that is out of the scope. Third, children at that age are too young for gratitude to be expected of them. Now that's directly from the passage, and even the last line of that paragraph is also talking about the same. So सिर्फ एक line में नहीं, दो lines में इस बात का mention है. Just let's go back and check this. Okay, I'm just showing you for this first question. I'll not show you for all the questions. Okay, see, gratitude at this age is not expected to find. One might expect children to develop excellent skills later on, not now. Okay, okay. So now is it easy? Give me a thumbs up. Now do you find that the answer between A and C, whether it should be A or whether it should be C? What is the problem with option D? This is the stage at which parents tend to like their children the most. Absolutely wrong, because parents like their children throughout the life, and इसी बात को exploit करते हुए children still remain ingrateful. Okay, thank you, Riya and Setu. Thank you so much. All right, so we'll move to the next question now. Note down the answers for this one. Have a quick look on your notes. If you want help from it anywhere, you can go and just refer to that notes. Okay, now I'll move back to my second question. Which of the following best explains the ungrateful behavior of children? इस question का क्या मतलब है? इस question का मतलब है, tell me the reason why they are ungrateful at this age. That means why are children ungrateful? ये question पूछ रहा है. Okay, so let's find out this. They are born that way, and evolution seems to play its part by promoting their ungrateful behavior. Does it look right to you? Okay, tell me in the chat what was your answer for the second question. That would be better to see. If you could tell me your answers and then I can tell you mine, that would be a better comparison. So anyone who wants to come up and tell me the answer in the chat, please write it down. I'll just fix the things meanwhile. Hmm. Okay, Ria B, Setu C. All right. Anyone else there? Okay. B, C, sure. Any reason for supporting your like thing? Answer? No. Mm-hmm. Just give me a second. Okay, I have someone in the house called Live Life Chemist who says it's C. Okay, welcome to the live stream, and I'm happy to see new people coming up. Very nice. Okay, so okay, I'll reveal the point, but A तो definitely correct नहीं है ना? Why is it not correct? Why is it not correct? Because they are born that way की बात तो हमने कहीं नहीं की, and anything going out of the scope is not my answer. Gone. Now, Ria says option B is the correct answer for this one. All right, we will check that out, Ria. Okay, let's see now. Ungrateful behavior in children does not come with any form of bad repercussions in this world. What's the meaning of repercussions? Let's see. Repercussion is an unintended consequence of an event or action, especially an unwelcome one. Now, anyone who wants to change the answer by any chance? Yeah, I'm saying to Setu and to life chemist. If you want to change your answer, repercussion का मतलब होता है consequence, and क्योंकि बच्चे कोई भी bad consequence नहीं झेलते, that can be one of the reasons why they still continue showing ingratitude. बताओ, do you find that this is the answer to this question? Hmm? Can this be the answer to the question? चलो ज्यादा ज्यादा हो गया अब सस्पेंस, अब सस्पेंस को क्लियर आउट कर देते हैं. नहीं, हम लोग कंपेयर करेंगे. लेट्स कंपेयर द थर्ड वन. ओके, लेट अस कंपेयर इट डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द थर्ड वन. ओके, रूपाली आल्सो सेज इट्स बी. ओके, Born बोल रहा है, correct. Oh, it's Ritesh. Oh, hi Ritesh. Okay, Setu still doesn't want to change his answer. All right. For children, being ungrateful has more benefits. क्या हमने इस बारे में डिस्कशन किया था? That it is being beneficial to them. Yes, we did discuss about it, didn't we? Yeah. So now look at these 2 points. See, ingratitude is useful for survival. ये तो बिल्कुल ही out of scope है. So between B and C, how we'll make a decision? अब हम passage से notes जो हमने collect किए हैं वो देखेंगे. क्या हमने इस notes में कहीं पर भी repercussions के बारे में mention किया है? नहीं. But हमने benefits के बारे में जरूर mention किया है कि see, this is benefits. Stops being beneficial. तो इसीलिए हमारी नोट्स हमें क्लोज ऑप्शन से करेक्ट आंसर सिलेक्ट करने में हेल्प करेगी. ओके, सो रिया फॉर ऑप्शन बी एंड रूपाली फॉर ऑप्शन बी. क्यों ये गलत होगा? सी, ये हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी, ये हमारी इन्फरेंस थी कि बच्चों को डांट पड़नी चाहिए, बच्चों को कॉन्सिक्वेंस मिलना चाहिए, तभी वो लोग सुधरेंगे. बट वो कैसे सुधरेंगे या वो कैसे ग्रैटिट्यूड शो करेंगे, that was not something a part of the passage. Okay. So Ria sending a big smiley to Setu sending a big smiley to Ria. All right, are we ready for the third question? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Third question is about young adults. Okay. This question is about the young adults. So young adults में क्या problem देखी जाती है? Why do young adults who have learned to be grateful to most people still remain ungrateful to their parents? Anyone who can tell me in the chat the paragraph number जहाँ से मुझे answer मिलेगा? Paragraph number जहाँ से मुझे ये answer मिलेगा? हमने recently किया था. We just did it recently. Paragraph number 2, 3, 4, 5. Any number? Paragraph number? I'm waiting. Hmm. रिया आंसर बता दिया, मैंने पूछा किस पैराग्राफ में मिलेगा, इस पॉइंट का एक्सप्लेनेशन हमें किस पैराग्राफ में मिलेगा। देखो, नोट मेकिंग करने का सिर्फ एक ही पर्पस है, द ओनली पर्पस ऑफ डूइंग दैट इज हमें पता चले कि हमें इंफॉर्मेशन कहाँ से मिलेगी। लुक एट माई नोट्स राइट नाउ, fifth paragraph was the last paragraph. Very good Ritesh, thank you. Very good Rupali, that's exactly correct. फिफ्थ पैराग्राफ इज द पैराग्राफ जहां हमने ये फैक्ट मेंशन किया था कि व्हाई दे शो ग्रैटिट्यूड टुवर्ड्स अदर्स बट नॉट देयर पेरेंट्स, एंड वी आल्सो मेंशन द रीजन फॉर द सेम, एंड इसी को हम यूज करने वाले हैं। क्या लिखा था हमने, रिटर्न हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं अदर्स से, बट वहीं पेरेंट्स से की अनकंडीशनल लव की वजह से हम उन्हें gratitude show नहीं करते. So let's come to the third question. Because it benefits them if they remain ungrateful to unconditionally loving parents. सारे points है, benefit, ungrateful, unconditional love, parents. सारे points option A में हैं. मेरे लिए answer A is more accurate. What do you people think? Ria says it's C. Others for question number 3. Now let's check option B. Because they still retain a degree of teenage angst. No, not really. That's not the correct reason, of course. Okay, I'll just check Ria's option now. Option C says because their love for their parents is conditional, while parents' love is unconditional. Setu also says it's A. See, they have never mentioned that the children's love for their parents is conditional. No. They have mentioned that children have conditional love for others and that's why they show gratitude to them, क्योंकि उन्हें expectations होती है कि वापस कुछ मिलेगा, ऐसा अच्छा behave करने से मिलेगा, वरना नहीं मिलेगा. That's the point. So option C also gone, Riya. Now D here. Rupali also A. Okay, good Rupali. So option D, because with parents they have the freedom to vent out their frustrations. अब ये information half information है. कैसे? क्योंकि इसने सिर्फ एक पॉइंट रखा कि क्यों हम पेरेंट्स के प्रति इनग्रैटिट्यूड शो करते हैं, बट इन्होंने ये नहीं बताया कि क्यों हम दूसरों के प्रति ग्रैटिट्यूड शो करते हैं. So that is not a complete answer, and my correct answer for the third one is A. So that means few of you got that right. Rupali got it right and Setu got it right. Very nice. Very good to see that. Are we ready for the fourth question for this one? Okay. Which of the following can be inferred from this line? We cannot get pieces of cake by threatening to hold our breath until we pass out. This is easy. What is your answer for the fourth question? Please write it in the chat. What is your answer for the fourth question? ये बहुत easy है. हमने काफी अच्छे examples भी इससे related बात की थी इसके बारे में when we were explaining the passage. So try that out. Oh my God. Seriously, Setu? Condon meaning, you know Setu, what's condon's meaning? Let's see. Condon is a verb which is accepting behavior that is considered morally wrong or offensive. Like the college cannot condone any behavior that is dash dash. No. So Setu wants to change his answer now. Riya says it's D. Ritesh says it's B. Rupali says it's D. Well, I have only got one correct answer so far. And now you people can make a guess. तो देखो आरसी पढ़ते पढ़ते कैसे probability आ गई और फिर कैसे आपके थोड़े बहुत LR skills भी अभी जाग जाएंगे और आपको correct answer पता चल जाएगा फटाफट. All right. So here in this question, the point is about explaining you about an example. Yes, Setu, that's right. See, यहाँ पर हम बोल रहे हैं कि अगर मैंने खुद को मैंने अपनी सांस रोकने की धमकी दे दी, सांस रोकने को ही exactly हमने यहाँ पे क्यों point out किया है? Holding someone's breath. You can't hold your breath for too long, that too by yourself, right? No. That is something you can't do a suicide with. Okay. आज मेरे सारे आंसर्स गलत आंसर्स बताने आई हूँ. कोई बात नहीं रिया, that's the first RC session, that's totally fine. First option says the fact that ingratitude does not pay in the real world. No, so this is not what we understand from here. इस पैसेज से या इस लाइन से हम ये समझते हैं कि अडल्ट्स पे टर्न होने के बाद हमें रियलाइज होता है कि इस तरह के फालतू टैंट्रम्स थ्रो करना या ब्लैकमेलिंग करने से हमें कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला. So that's what is mentioned in point number B. Tactics that worked in the childhood ceases to pay in the adulthood. All right, that's the correct answer. But just to check the option C and D, children and adults display different behavioral traits. The real world does not condone ingratitude. ये कहीं पे भी नहीं लिखा हुआ है, वरना फिर तो कोई भी इंसान ingratitude show नहीं करता. And children and adults display different behavioral traits is not an example, which like explanation of this example. So, fourth question also done. Now we'll do the fifth question. Let's scroll down. Which best describes the main idea of the passage? तो इसकी practice तो हमने काफी कर रखी है para summary से. तो please tell me your answers in the childhood. Oh my god. Looking at the passage, I'm reading all wrong things. In the chat box. Yeah. In the chat box, you can tell me. What's your answer for the fifth question? Which of the following best describes the main idea of the passage? The author explains the causes of ingratitude. Author tries to explain the concepts of gratitude in childhood and adulthood. The author highlights the gratitude as a trait that is both inherent and acquired. Okay. The author explores how ingratitude is promoted in childhood. Shine and Rupali with B. Good. Setu with B. Awesome. Andrea as well. Okay, very nice. So I would quickly take option B as the correct answer because it is the correct answer. Explanation करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Causes is the word जो कि हमारा option A wrong बना देता है. Which word makes option C wrong? Inherent. That this trait is inherent is something we never talked about in the passage. So that is also wrong. And the last option says that we explore how ingratitude is promoted in the childhood. That's not correct. Okay, very good, Ritesh. That's also correct. So question number 5 is the right answer is option B. That's very good. Now the last question of this passage and then we'll run to the other passage. Question number 6. What are your answers for question number 6? Please let me know in the chat and then we'll go down to the next passage. Which of the following situations would qualify as one that discourages ingratitude in adult life? Discourages, ये काफी अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. एग्जाम्पल्स गिवन है, आपको बताना है कौन सा एग्जाम्पल मुझे डिस्करेज करता है टूवर्ड्स शोइंग इनग्रैटिट्यूड टूवर्ड्स अदर्स इन अडल्ट लाइफ. ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. यूज द कीवर्ड्स ध्यान से. Must have solved this question before, right? So Shine, okay. I'll have my sip of water. Meanwhile, I get some answers from you people. Ria D. Anyone else with any answers? Setu also D. Well, nice. So a demagogue stays in power by playing with the people's inherent weakness. Demagogue is a political leader, and a political leader playing with someone's feeling is not related to gratitude. So that's gone. A cricket captain earning respect through his own skills has nothing to do with gratitude. Again gone. Very good, Rupali. The third sentence says a decisive leader naturally has more followers than a less decisive leader. That again has nothing to do with ग्रैटिट्यूड. कैसे है ग्रैटिट्यूड से लेना देना? अगर आपके पास ज्यादा फॉलोअर्स है मतलब ये थोड़ी है कि आप हर किसी को ग्रैटिट्यूड शो करते हो. दैट्स गॉन. बट अ सीरियल डिफॉल्टर, स्पॉन्जर, याद आया स्पॉन्जर कीवर्ड. अ सीरियल डिफॉल्टर यानी जो सीरियली पैसे जिसके पास लाइक उधार ले रहा है, is paying back loans and finds it hard to get a loan. When he finds it hard to get a loan, तब उसे ये बात रियलाइज होती है कि काश मैंने थोड़े ग्रैटिट्यूड के साथ सामने वाले से पार्टी मांगा होता, तब हो सकता है उसने मुझे KFC बोलकर एक नॉर्मल से होटल में पार्टी दे दिया होता. Kind of stuff. Okay, so this is a perfect example of what is already mentioned in the passage, that is, no one likes to be a sponger, and ingratitude is not beneficial. ये realization हमें तभी realize होती है जब we start getting benefits, we stop getting benefits out of ingratitude. Okay, so that's my correct answer, 6D. Very good. Now next passage, ready? This one is a short passage, only 2 paragraphs, but as you know, look at this paragraph. Okay, tell me, किन लोगों को ये second paragraph first वाले से ज़्यादा tough लगा? By any ways. Okay, Riya. All right. So you tell me, किन लोगों को ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही verbose लगा, थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही डिफिकल्ट लगा, दो इट इज स्मॉल वन बट लगा कि जैसे कुछ वर्ड्स के मीनिंग्स हमें समझ ही नहीं आ रहे, थिंग्स लाइक दैट. डिड यू फील द सेम? या नो? ओके, फ्यू. ओके ओके ओके, सो आई कैन सी हम आपको हर रोज ग्रेटिट्यूड भेज देंगे. ओके रिया, फाइन. So anyone who found that it's a bit tough, it's a bit tricky, a very very, you know, what should I say, the genre looks like science, and I can tell you the source also, because डार्विन की बात हो रही है तो इजी लगा उससे सेतु. वेरी गुड. तब मुझे आंसर्स बता दो फटाफट फटाफट. आई वॉन्ट यू पीपल दोज हु आर देयर इन द सेशन टू सेंड मी द आंसर्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 7, 8, 9. पहले ही बता दो. 7, 8, 9. नो, इट वॉज मीडियम लेवल आरसी. फाइन, वेरी गुड रितेश. चलो, किसी को हार्ड नहीं लगा. यस रिया, साइंस एंड रिया लाप्स. थ्योरी ऑफ एवोल्यूशन से लिया गया है ये एक्सट्रैक्ट. थ्योरी ऑफ एवोल्यूशन बुक का नाम तो आपने सुना ही होगा. यस. सो what is the interesting thing here? The interesting thing here is कि चाहे ये कितना भी scientific terms include कर ले, but the answers are super super simple. Questions दिखाऊं? Okay. So बिना passage के questions दिखा दूं? अच्छा ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Here are the questions. Question number 7, 8, 9 on your screen. तो मुझे answers चाहिए सेतु से, रिया से, रितेश से, शायन से, रूपाली से. These are few names I can frequently see in the chat. तो आप लोगों का नाम ले लिया. Okay. Dominant view of European scholars prior to the scientific revolution is that which one of the following is an example of telos as mentioned in the passage? Which one of the following best captures the view held by modern scholars regarding acorns becoming oak trees? Why am I reading the questions first? Because ye passage is quite a small passage which you might not expect in your CAT or XAT examination, but in the other exams you will get it. It's around 280 words passage, जितना मुझे याद था, मैंने देखा था before I came up. So that is around 285 or 3, something like that word count था इसका. Now what is the answer of each of them? And why is it easier than we actually thought of? आंसर्स नहीं आए हैं सेतु. मैं शुरू कर दूंगी एक्सप्लेनेशन बिकॉज इट्स ऑलमोस्ट 5. हाँ, लेकिन ऐसी कुछ बात नहीं है, वी कैन एक्सटेंड, यहाँ पर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. किसका आंसर है सेतु? बता दो क्वेश्चन नंबर. रूपाली, question number please. Which question's answer are you giving? 7th one. Write it as 7C then if you are writing. Okay. Seventh one, C. Setu also C. 7C. Others 7C. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to my passage and बहुत ही easy understanding के साथ I'll read the passage. Okay. And if necessary, I'll make the notes also. So let me scroll down to another page. This is passage 2. So I'll write passage 2. ये नोट्स सारे नोट्स आपको टेलीग्राम पे मिल जाएंगे. ओके, सो यू ऑलरेडी हैव द लिंक ऑफ द टेलीग्राम. यू पीपल आर देयर एंड जो न्यू जॉइनीज होंगे उनके लिए मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूंगी, फर्स्ट कमेंट में डाल दूंगी जब ये वीडियो पब्लिक कर दूंगी. सो एट दैट टाइम द वंस हु वुड बी वाचिंग इट लेटर कैन गेट इट फ्रॉम द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. एंड आप लोग टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में हो ही तो आप लोग को डायरेक्टली ये मैं फॉर्मेट करके दे दूंगी. ओके, एज अ पीडीएफ. फाइन. Passage 2, first paragraph and second paragraph. Let's find out what's the information we are getting. Long before Darwin set foot on the beagle, Aristotle explained the natural world in terms of primary substances. So, Darwin के आने से पहले Aristotle ने explanation दिया था about the natural world in terms of primary substances. His name for individuals, qua individuals क्या होता है? Through, in the way of, जैसे कहते हैं ना हम, that's the most basic forms of existence. Basic forms of existence. A single specific acorn. Acorn क्या होता है? आपको पता है acorn क्या होता है? ओक ट्रीज के शीट्स को अकॉन बोलते हैं. अगर आपने कभी भी स्क्विरल की फोटो देखी होगी तो वो एक नाइस नट के साथ ऐसे बैठे रहता है. दैट नट इज बेसिकली एन अकॉन. ओके, अकॉन इज अ सीड ऑफ अ ओक ट्री. Fine. So they are taking the example of acorn and they are throughout giving you the relation of the same. So read it out. A single specific acorn is a primary substance from which you can then build more general categories such as acorns or seeds. Aristotle went on to an analysis why something in the way is the way it is in terms of 4 cases or causes, with the final cause or telos, meaning the end in the ancient Greek, being the ultimate reason or purpose of its existence. तो डार्विन से पहले, just mention this, before Darwin we have Aristotle. ठीक है, और एरिस्टोटल ने क्या बोला? नेचुरल वर्ल्ड को कैसे एक्सप्लेन किया? पर्पस ऑफ, क्या था वो? पर्पस ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस. सो पर्पस ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस पे किसने फोकस किया? एरिस्टोटल ने फोकस किया. कौन सा इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है जो हम इधर से उठा लेंगे? टेलोस. टेलोस एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो हम लोग यहाँ से उठा लेंगे. नाउ लेट्स रीड इट फर्दर. Being the ultimate reason or purpose of its existence. A thing's telos, okay, that's the end, is its essential nature. Acorns are meant to become oak trees just as knives are meant to cut. क्योंकि knives का purpose क्या है? Cutting करना है. ठीक है, वैसे ही seeds का purpose क्या है? Trees में convert होना है. The forces that animate the acorn lie within it and work so as to achieve this ultimate goal. This teleology gives all the way down. Why does the acorn fall down from the tree? Because being made mostly of the elements of nature, earth and water, it wants to find its natural place, which is as close to the center of the earth as possible. तो इस वे से कौन एक्सप्लेन करता है? एरिस्टोटल एक्सप्लेन करते हैं. Now this is all we have from the first paragraph. We will get the notes for the second para now. Ready? So let's read the second paragraph. For nearly 2 millennia, Aristotle's theories of final causes dominated how the European scholars thought about the living world. But such notions, मेरा favorite structured word in an RC. Such notions were eventually displaced by philosophies that emerged during the scientific revolution of the 16th-17th century. यानी 16th-17th century में एक scientific revolution आया और सब कुछ बदल गया. तो आप भी वही लिख दो, scientific revolution, revolution ही लिखूंगी बस. ओके, एंड इससे क्या हुआ? किसकी theories गई? Just write Aristotle गॉन. कोई आके आपका नोट्स नहीं पढ़ने वाला. ठीक है, तो आपको जो लिखना है आप लिखो, बस आपको समझ में आना चाहिए. Fine. All right. Moving back to the next sentence. Instead of telos, science focused on the interaction of matter in the motion in accordance with the universal laws. तो universal laws को ध्यान में रखते हुए कैसे matter starts interacting between each other is the important part which came up after the scientific revolution. On this view, organisms are not defined by some abstract transcendent purpose. Their distinct quality must come from what can be observed down here on earth. Acorns become oak trees, not just why because they have to come closer to the earth, but the reason they give is they become oak trees due to the unfolding interactions of their underlying matter. यानी उस सीड के अंदर जो भी एलिमेंट्स है उनके अंदर होने वाले चेंजेस या रिएक्शंस का रिजल्ट होता है सीड का प्लांट में कन्वर्ट होना. एंड टैकिंग ऑन समथिंग अबाउट, दिस इज टैकिंग. टैकिंग मतलब अटक जाना, एक पॉइंट पे फंसा देना. जैसे शिप्स के लिए ये यूज होता है, टक बोट्स होते हैं ना, टक बोट्स उन्हें फंसाकर आगे खींचते हैं या अपने शोर की तरफ धकेलते हैं, तो टक बोट्स. वैसे ही टैकिंग ऑन मीन्स फिक्सिंग ऑन. Fixing on something about the nature or purpose of an acorn adds nothing to its explanation. So scientific revolution से हमें क्या पता चला? Changes की interaction of materials inside. ये है मेरा टेक अवे. बस इतना ही है, बस इतना ही था जो था. गुड्डू भैया की याद आ गई. ऑलराइट, सो बस यही तक था जो था. सारी पैसेज हमने पढ़ ली, इसमें से बस हमने इम्पोर्टेंट 8, 9, 10 वर्ड्स निकाल लिए और बाकी 280 वर्ड्स का ये पैसेज कोई काम का नहीं रहा. ओके अब हम लोग सारे क्वेश्चंस को करेक्ट आंसर करेंगे. तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 के लिए आई गॉट द आंसर्स फ्रॉम जस्ट सेतु एंड रूपाली. दैट वाज ऑप्शन सी. इफ एनीवन एल्स can tell me any options for the 7th question, please let me know because I'm going to explain it right now. The dominant view of European scholars prior to the scientific revolution is that, यानी scientific revolution से पहले जो भी हुआ वो फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में मेंशन था और हमने उसमें क्या नोट किया था कि एरिस्टोटल ने कहा कि पर्पस ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस ही सारी चीजों का बेसिस है. Shayandeep also says it's C. Let's see. The distinct quality of living life is one that is observable. No, ये तो हमने उसके बाद कहा ना, जो हम अर्थ से ऑब्जर्व कर पा रहे हैं वैसी चीजें साइंटिफिक रेवोल्यूशन के बाद आई. तो दैट्स नॉट माय आंसर. अभी दूसरा देखते हैं. चलो फोर्थ वाला देखते हैं. द व्हाट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट देन द व्हाई. ये तो बिल्कुल ही गलत है, क्योंकि प्रायर क्या हुआ था? प्रायर में हम लोग किस पे फोकस करते थे? वाई पे फोकस करते थे. वाई, व्हाट इज द पर्पस. बट बाद में हम लोग व्हाट पे फोकस करने लगे कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, क्यों एकॉर्न टर्न्स इनटू अ प्लांट. सो ये बिल्कुल ही ऑपोजिट है. नाउ लेट्स टेक अ डिसीजन बिटवीन बी एंड सी. C says the elements of earth and water were crucial for the natural evolution of the living beings. No, the elements of earth and water was just an example of acorn. क्या यार आप लोगों ने इतनी छोटी सी मिस्टेक कर दी. That is where you people lose marks. Got it? Now Shayan seems to change his answer. वेल ये छोटी सी पॉइंट थी जो आपने मिस कर दिया, कि जो आपने उठाया वो एक एग्जाम्पल था, वो भी सिर्फ एकॉर्न का एग्जाम्पल कि क्यों एकॉर्न की सीड नीचे गिरती है. बट इफ यू चेक ऑप्शन बी, अ बीन हैज अ फाइनल पर्पस फॉर इट्स एग्जिस्टेंस. पर्पस फॉर इट्स एग्जिस्टेंस, मुझे लगा था सारे लोग करेक्ट आंसर देंगे. पर्पस ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस. मेरे नोट्स देखो, नोट्स देखो. अब आगे के सेशंस में थर्सडे में आप लोग मेरे साथ नोट्स बनाओगे, बता रही हूँ मैं, मतलब मेरे साथ इन द सेंस मुझसे पहले. सो द बिफोर द क्लास व्हेन आई गिव यू द क्वेश्चन, मेक अ नोट लाइक दिस, एंड ऑफ कोर्स आफ्टर द क्लास ये नोट्स तो मैं आपको दे ही रही हूँ, तो क्लास में नोट्स बनाने की जरूरत नहीं. ओके कोई बात नहीं, गलतियां होती रहती हैं रूपाली, फाइन, बट हमें इससे सीखना है, ओके, सीखना है कैसे हमें एग्जाम्पल के ट्रैप में नहीं फंसना। ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, which one of the following is an example of telos as mentioned in the passage? चलो चलो वापस नोट्स पे चलो। टेलोस फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ, और फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में हमने क्या पढ़ा था? फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में हमने बिफोर साइंटिफिक एवोल्यूशन के बारे में पढ़ा था, जहां पर हम पर्पस पे फोकस करते हैं। सो कीपिंग दैट इन माइंड, दीज आर दी एग्जाम्पल्स। अब जो भी एग्जाम्पल मुझे पर्पस की तरफ ले जाता है, दैट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड एज माई आंसर। सो लेट्स रीड इट। अ सेल बोट purpose is sailing. A sailboat's purpose is sailing. Look at the word. मैं पूछूंगी भी नहीं आपका आंसर क्या था. I'll just give away the answer. I just gave this answer. Give away kya? What is future here? I gave the answer. Yes, Ritesh. Yes, Setu. Yes, Shine. Yes, Rupali. Correct. I just gave the answer. Purpose मिल गया हमें. Telos, purpose सारे मिल गए. हो गया. Match the following. खत्म. This is as easy as a kindergarten's exam where they give you simple match the following questions. हमने बस यहाँ मैच द फॉलोइंग किया और हमें हमारे आंसर्स मिल गए. सो कूल. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. अब आप लोग मुझे फटाफट बताइए क्वेश्चन नंबर 9. क्वेश्चन नंबर 9's करेक्ट आंसर. What was that according to you? I'll help you with mine. This is also pretty simple. Which one of the following? No problem, Ria. That's totally okay. We are just on our last question now. Previous question's answer was A, and that was just a match the following question if you see this. Okay, fine. Question number 9. Which one of the following best captures the view held by modern scholars regarding the acorns becoming trees? Modern scholars means second paragraph after scientific revolution. And what do they think about acorns? Their focus is not on why, but their focus is on what. Okay, Shine says it's D. Others? Okay, Shine changes his answer to B. Okay. Gradual without any sense of superior purpose. Okay. Natural selection, arbitrary without any system. No. Deliberated by a superior motive. Setu says it's B. Okay. Okay, can I highlight something for you people in the paragraph number 2 which will help you to think over your answers again? Yes? Okay. So let me highlight that. Rupali says it's B and Ritesh says it's A. Ritesh, I don't think that is A. I just eliminated that. Look at this one. Look at this line. On this view, where is the other line? Organisms are not defined by some abstract transcendental purpose. Their distinct quality must come from what can be observed down here on the earth. The interactions of underlying matter. So what's transcendent? What's transcendent? Let's do a bit of analysis. Beyond or above the range of normal physical human experience, something which we call supernatural purpose. So it's not defined by supernatural or abstract purpose. It is actually defined by how things interact with each other. And do you find anywhere the mention of its speed? थोड़ा सोच लो. The answer can be B, the answer can be D. Chalo, I'll get you a 50-50 now. A 50-50 is between B and D. B and D. Gradual without any sense of superior purpose. Supernatural, transcendental, और deliberated by a superior motive. दोनों लाइंस ही ऑपोजिट है, कैसे कंफ्यूज कर सकते हो इसमें? No problem, Ritesh. I'll explain you that. Second, ninth question says that which best captures, यानी कि summary, okay? So they are asking you for the summary, okay, of the second paragraph where they are mentioning about modern scholars' views regarding acorns becoming oak trees. तो फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में क्या लिखा था? बिफोर साइंस रेवोल्यूशन एरिस्टोटल के अकॉर्डिंग हम ये समझते थे that acorns become oak trees because they are guided by they are having a purpose, they are having a purpose of becoming the same. but रिसर्च के बाद, साइंटिफिक रेवोल्यूशन के बाद हमने ये जाना कि इट्स नॉट अबाउट व्हाई, इट्स अबाउट व्हाट. क्यों ये ग्रो कर रहा है इनटू अ ट्री? बिकॉज ऑफ द इंटरैक्शंस इनसाइड इट. सो नाउ हैव अ लुक. डेलिबरेटेड बाय अ सुपीरियर मूव, यानी कि एक सुपरनैचुरल ट्रांसेंडल पावर के इफेक्ट में आकर acorns are turning into oak trees. Or just opposite is written without any sense. Deliberated means with. English, you need vocabulary sessions. Good, Shayan and Rupali. And this is without. So one is with, one is without. And you people now know this very well. If I just take you back to my last paragraph, not defined. Highlight this, not defined, okay? Not defined by transcendental purpose. यानी किसी भी supernatural powers से परे. Not defined by that. And option B क्या कर रहा है? It's saying that it is defined by, deliberated by, forcefully. हम ये स्टेट करना चाह रहे हैं कि एक अकॉर्न एक ट्री में इसीलिए टर्न करता है बिकॉज एक सुपर नेचुरल पावर है जो उसे ये सब कराती है. जस्ट लाइक अ नागिन सीरियल, यू नो. यस, तो ऐसी कोई सुपर नेचुरल पावर और ऐसा कोई सुपर नेचुरल मोटिव नहीं है. सो दैट मेक्स द करेक्ट आंसर एज ऑप्शन डी. एनी डाउट्स इन दिस? That was finally the last question for the day. So any doubts here? No? Just like this, I'll be giving you another practice set for the Thursday's live session, जहाँ पर आप लोग खुद करके आओगे, खुद notes बनाकर रखना, okay? And all this, no need to note down in the class. Relax and take this class where I will be providing you all of this content. ये जितना भी annotated PDF आपको दिख रहा है, everything will be like available to you in the Telegram group. So don't worry about that, and I will also share this written material also. You're most welcome, Ritesh. Thank you so much. Others, if you found that useful, then जाते जाते like कर देना, share भी कर देना among all your friends and the other groups, okay? So that they also get to know about these live sessions. Thank you so much, Shayan. Others, how was the class? Okay, fine. So I'll meet you on Thursday 4 p.m. for a live session on YouTube. But I do come live at Unacademy at 1:30 p.m. as well. So कल पहले Unacademy पे मिलते हैं 1:30 p.m. and then फिर day after tomorrow we'll meet on Thursday at 4 p.m. 1:30 p.m. again at Unacademy and then 4 p.m. here at YouTube. Okay, we'll practice RCs here. Thank you so much, Rupali. Thank you so much, Setu. Thanks for being a sport and participating so nicely here. This will eventually help you in understanding any kind of a passage you come across, and I wish you all the best for your preparation. Be consistent, guys. Everything will go fine. Thank you so much for joining today. So with this, I'll say a bye-bye then. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks, Setu. Bye-bye.